Hi, thank you for joining me again on part two of our goal setting workshop. So I hope that all of you had a chance to do your homework and do workbook number one. If you didn't have a chance to view it, it is available and you can scroll through and find workshop number one. There's a workbook to download for that also. If you haven't downloaded the workbook for number two, all you have to do is click on, type below the word goal, GOAL, and it will be sent to you in your messenger. So before we get started today, would you please send me your, where you're from, tell me why you're here. I love to hear the why of what people, the reason that you feel that now is the time to set goals. And I know that every year we make resolutions, but most of us, by March, those are all gone. So the reason that we're doing the goal setting workshop is because we have to write them down. We not only do we have to write them down, we have to know the reason for our goals, the why, the how. That's the only way that they actually happen. So in today's, let's review a little bit about what we did in workshop number one. And so I'm going to bring something up here for us to look at and just review what we did in number one. So first of all, what were you proud of? It's important that we celebrate the things that we are proud of and not just look at, oh my God, I didn't lose the 20 pounds I wanted to last year. It was funny. I was telling a couple of clients the other day, I tried to lose some weight. I tried every month. I started over every single month for a year, and it took me a whole year to get my head in the game. There's the old saying, fall down 7 times, get up the 8th time and actually move forward. So that's why we're here. And there's nothing to be there's no judgment, there's no shame in not reaching last year's goals, but what we want to do is set them out, make a plan, be strategic, and get there this year. And I'm going to help you do that. All right. Also, we have a few things that we want to tie up before the end of the year. I know I have a couple of projects. I have some family time I want to spend. And family time is a goal too. It's definitely on my goal list. I hope it's on yours. And so we have to just go through those things, tie up the loose ends, review last year before we go on to setting this year's goals so that we're really clear with what did and didn't happen last year. All right, so do me a favor, send me your shares, your likes, your hearts. Please share this broadcast with others. That's how our following grows. That's how our subscribership grows, and that's how we, are inspired to do more and more. I am setting my goals right alongside of you. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to open up the workbook for the goal setting, and here we go. I'm going to show you that right here. Okay, so let's do it this way here. All right, so in the goal setting workbook, remember that now we've set out last year. Now we set up some areas of attention that we wanted to pay attention to. And areas of attention can be your health, your home, your personal, your business, all of those areas. You don't want to have too many areas that you want to pay attention to, because when you do, then you feel overwhelmed when you don't get to that goal. So I want us to set things out in a way that we are not going to be overwhelmed. So I've set up 3 things here. I have areas that I want to pay attention to, and I just, made some goals up here. So if your area is health and wellness, you can set out 1 to 3 areas of attention that you feel you want to make some changes in. So I wrote here, lose 25 pounds, walk 1 mile 3 times per week. Try some new veggies. Try some things that you know are going to help you get to where you want to go. If maybe a goal of yours is to have some downtime, to disconnect, set out some guidelines for disconnecting. Maybe you want to turn off all of your media at 6 o'clock, reading for an hour, taking a bath, turning the Wi-Fi off all night long for 12 hours. Things like that are ways that you can disconnect. So if one of the things is family time that you are wanting to spend more time with, it's one of your goals, set out a few ways that you can reach that family time. Maybe Sunday is family only day. You don't do work, you don't connect, you don't get on email on that day. Maybe you do a weekly date night with your partner. You set out family trips for the year. So those are all things that are areas that you want to pay attention to. So you want to have some core goals in each of the areas of attention that we had set out last time. All right, step number 5. It's not just enough to say, oh, I want to be healthier, I want to lose some weight. We actually have to know how to do that. We have to set out how we are going to be in control of doing that. So I set out a couple things here. If you want to lose 25 pounds, what are the things that you can control to reach that goal? So I put setting out 12 weeks of doing actual just phase 1 protocol. Even if there's a birthday party, an anniversary, there's Valentine's Day, whatever it is that's coming up for you, know that for those 12 weeks, you're making a healthy food plan and you're going to stick to it. Another thing is having an accountability partner. Maybe someone else in your life wants to do the same thing, or they're just going to be there for you. They're going to help you cook. Maybe it's your spouse or your partner that will help you cook. I have lots of clients that, they give their guidelines to their wife or their husband, and they help them cook. And that's how they get there, is having a partner. Maybe you want to feel toned and fit this year. You want to get back to where you were 5 years ago. Make a plan. Don't make a plan that overwhelms you. Oh my God, I'm going to go to CrossFit 3 times this week, and then I'm going to run the trail, and then I'm going to, go to the gym 5 days. When you do that, when it's all in or all out, we never get anywhere for our goals. So making goals that are realistic, attainable, you can always increase them, but start with attainable goals and set them out, write them out, have a plan. That's what we're here for, is the planning part. Okay, so now, once we have gotten through those areas, now we really have to hone in on the real reason for having those goals, how we're going to really make things happen. So having a specific goal plan. What is your reason that you actually want to get these things done? There has to be a why. What's the big reason here? So for your losing 25 pounds, maybe the big thing is you went to the doctor and your doctor said, look, here's your blood pressure numbers, here's your cholesterol numbers, you're heading towards type 2 diabetes, and it's a shock in the face. I've had many clients sit in front of me. I've had grown men cry because their doctor, all of a sudden, they've been living this fun life and having a good time. And yeah, they were overweight, but it didn't seem critical. And then all of a sudden, you know, now you got to start taking blood pressure or diabetes medications and blood pressure medications, and it's like all of a sudden devastating. So these are things that places that we give us the real why. So I want you to write down the really, like, get it to the nitty gritty reason of why you want that goal, because it's so important as we start reviewing our goals on a weekly and monthly basis. Sometimes when we're getting off track, we got to review the why. And always with weight loss, the key thing is when you start your plan, write your why. When you have 10 whys that you can post on your refrigerator, you post them on your bathroom mirror, you go back to them every single time that you get discouraged. You know, it's again that all or nothing. When it seems like you're not losing as much weight as you want to, then all of a sudden, you know, oh, forget that goal. I can't, you know, it's not happening for me. Losing 1 pound or 3 pounds a week, we're still losing. So understanding that it takes the baby steps to get there. That's why we got to know the reason why, and we have to revisit it. We have to review it and have a strategic plan for it. All right, so maybe, you know, you're, oh, I said discount. We were going to disconnect from online. So what's your why for that? Have you been like exhausted at work? You can't sleep. Your heart has palpitations. You're so stressed out. You're working 80 hours plus. Those are the reasons we have to disconnect when we get home, and we have to have a specific amount of time where our bodies have some downtime. So these are just a couple ideas. You know what your why is and what your nitty gritty is. But I just wanted to talk, just before we leave, I want to leave you with just a couple thoughts. When you have a goal, it's not something that you go backwards on. So let's just say that you have a career goal, and you're the office manager, and your career goal is to become the vice president. So you take all the steps, and you a lot of times we write our career goals because for some reason we do, and you take all the steps, and boom, you're vice president. Wow, isn't that amazing? Well, next year, are you back to being office manager? That's how we have to think of weight loss. We want to go from being the office manager to the vice president. We want to go from being 25 pounds overweight to being right on target to the weight that we like to be and maintaining it. But the only way is to change our lifestyle habits along the way. And those have to be permanent habits. That's why we write our goals each year. And when we get to the weight loss goal, next year we're going to write the maintenance goal. And the cool thing about goals is you don't actually have to wait till next year. The minute you hit the goal, now we want to maintain the goal or achieve the next level of the goal. So with weight loss, achieving the next level of the goal is to actually maintain the weight loss. And so those are things that we're going to talk about as we go through goals together. Again, if you don't have the workbook 2 worksheets, all you have to do is type in goal and just type it in the comments, and it will automatically be sent to you in Messenger. And would you please share this broadcast? I love to share my knowledge and my passion. Health and wellness is my passion, and seeing all of your comments, it was so nice this week, you know, this last week and a half after we did the workshop number 1. I had so many people reach out to me and tell me how thankful they were, and also tell me their stories, the why. They gave me the why. And when you join our Facebook group, it's private group just for goal setting, there's a link in the section where just above the video. When you join that group, tell me your why. I don't I don't approve people that don't tell me their why, because I want you to know that the reason that we're here together is because we're going to figure out the why. We're going to figure out the reason, and then we're going to find the solution and make a strategic plan to get there. And we're going to do it together. So I want everybody in the group to really have a why, and I want to know what your why is. And so tell me your why in the comments section. Send me the city that you're from. I saw a lot of Texas out there, some Louisiana, different places. I know my Canadians are online. And so send me your love, your likes, your shares, and I look forward to seeing you. I will have a broadcast. It will most likely be between Christmas and New Year's, and just watch for it. I will post it in the comments here again. And so I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Sunday and a great holiday season. I look forward to seeing you. One last moment here online. I wanted to show you a fun thing because I know I have some friends out there that are in snowy wonderland. So I wanted it to snow in California here too. Anyway, have a super good Sunday, and I will talk to all of you soon.